All-star center, or odd man out? The Bulls went all in on Nikola Vucevic, but is he the missing piece or a puzzle that doesn't fit? Today, we break down the million-dollar question in Chicago: is Vuce the future, or is he holding the Bulls back? Strap in, Bulls fans. We're about to dive deep into the Nikola Vucevic dilemma. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into a question that's been on the minds of many Chicago Bulls supporters. Does Nikola Vucevic truly fit the Bulls' new direction and play style? Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all our NBA content. Now, let's break this down. First, let's rewind a bit. The Bulls acquired Nikola Vucevic from the Orlando Magic in a blockbuster trade back in March 2021. At the time, it was seen as a bold move to pair Vucevic with Zach LaVine and push for playoff contention. The Bulls gave up Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter Jr., and 2 first-round picks to land Vucevic. It was a significant investment, signaling the franchise's win-now mentality. The Bulls' evolution. Since that trade, the Bulls have undergone quite a transformation. They've added key pieces like DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and Alex Caruso, shifting their identity and playstyle. The question now is, how does Vucevic fit into this new-look Bulls team? Vucevic's skill set. Let's break down what Vucevic brings to the table. Scoring. Vucevic is a versatile offensive weapon, capable of scoring in the post and stretching the floor with his three-point shot. Rebounding. He's a consistent double-double threat, averaging around 11 rebounds per game throughout his career. Passing. For a big man, Vucevic is an adept passer, often facilitating from the high post. Basketball IQ. His high basketball IQ allows him to make smart decisions on both ends of the floor. The Bulls' new direction. Now, let's look at the Bulls' current playstyle and team identity. Pace and space. Under head coach Billy Donovan, the Bulls have emphasized a faster-paced, more spread-out offense. Defensive intensity. Chicago has put a premium on perimeter defense, with players like Caruso and Ball setting the tone. Star power. The offense often runs through DeRozan and LaVine, with an emphasis on isolation plays and pick-and-roll action. Transition game. The Bulls have looked to push the pace and score in transition when possible. The fit. Analyzing Vucevic's role. So, how does Vucevic mesh with this new Bulls identity? Let's break it down. Offensive fit. On paper, Vucevic's skill set should complement the Bulls' offense nicely. His ability to space the floor as a big man who can shoot threes should, in theory, open up driving lanes for DeRozan and LaVine. However, the reality has been a bit more complicated. Vucevic's three-point percentage has dipped since joining the Bulls, shooting just 31.4% from beyond the arc in the 2022-23 season, down from his career-high 40% with Orlando in 2020-21. This decline in shooting efficiency has sometimes led to spacing issues, as defenders are more willing to leave him open on the perimeter. On the flip side, Vucevic's passing ability from the high post has been a valuable asset. He's shown chemistry with cutters like LaVine and has been effective in dribble handoff situations. Defensive fit. Defensively, Vucevic has been a bit of a mixed bag for the Bulls. While he's a solid rebounder and positionally sound, he lacks the lateral quickness to be an elite rim protector or switch onto smaller players effectively. This can be problematic for a Bulls team that often likes to play an aggressive, switching style of defense on the perimeter. It sometimes forces them to adjust their scheme to accommodate Vucevic's limitations. Pace of play. One area where Vucevic's fit is questionable is in transition. The Bulls, with their athletic wings and guards, often look to push the pace. Vucevic, while not slow for a center, isn't exactly a gazelle running the floor. This can sometimes lead to a disconnect in transition opportunities, with Vucevic trailing the play rather than being an active participant. The numbers game. Let's dive into some statistics to get a clearer picture of Vucevic's impact on the Bulls. In the 2022-23 season, the Bulls had a net rating of plus 0.5 with Vucevic on the court, compared to 2.1 when he sat. Vucevic's usage rate has dropped from 27.6% in his last full season with Orlando to 24.1% with the Bulls in 2022-23. The Bulls' pace, possessions per 48 minutes, was 98.5 with Vucevic on the court, compared to 99.8 when he sat. These numbers suggest that while Vucevic generally has a positive impact, the team does play at a slightly faster pace without him. The contract situation. We can't discuss Vucevic's fit without mentioning the elephant in the room, his contract. After the 2022-23 season, Vucevic was set to become an unrestricted free agent. The Bulls' decision to re-sign him to a 3-year, $60 million extension speaks volumes about their belief in his fit with the team. This commitment suggests that the front office and coaching staff see Vucevic as an integral part of their core moving forward. Adapting and evolving. It's important to note that both Vucevic and the Bulls have shown a willingness to adapt. Vucevic has worked on expanding his game, particularly in terms of his perimeter shooting and defensive positioning. Similarly, Coach Billy Donovan has experimented with different lineups and offensive sets to maximize Vucevic's strengths while mitigating his weaknesses. The verdict. So, does Nikola Vucevic fit the Bulls' new direction and play style? The answer, like many things in basketball, isn't black and white. Vucevic brings valuable skills to the table that, in many ways, complement the Bulls' star perimeter players. His scoring versatility, rebounding, and passing make him a unique offensive weapon. However, there are areas where the fit isn't perfect. His limitations in transition and on defense can sometimes clash with the Bulls' desired playstyle. Ultimately, the Bulls' commitment to Vucevic suggests they believe the positives outweigh the negatives. The key moving forward will be continued adaptation on both sides, Vucevic improving his three-point shooting and defensive mobility, and the Bulls finding more creative ways to integrate him into their system. Looking ahead. As we look to the future, several questions remain. Can Vucevic regain his three-point shooting form from his Orlando days? Will the Bulls make further roster moves to better complement Vucevic's skill set? How will Vucevic's game age over the course of his new contract? These are all factors that will determine not just Vucevic's fit, but the Bulls' success as a whole in the coming seasons. In conclusion, while Nikola Vucevic may not be a perfect fit for the Bulls' new direction, he's far from a square peg in a round hole. His unique skill set provides value, even if it sometimes requires the team to adapt their playstyle. The Bulls' commitment to Vucevic signals their belief in making this partnership work. As fans, we'll be watching closely to see how this relationship evolves and whether it can be the foundation of a successful era of Bulls basketball. What do you think? Does Vucevic fit the Bulls' playstyle? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more NBA analysis.